Okay, lately I'm guessing you've seen quite a lot of ads for the Pixel 3a. I mean, aside from that awesome song, what really stuck in my head were the crazy low prices. Starting at $399, this phone looked pretty great. So on this episode of the AKAJK Show, I'm pretty much going to cover everything that you need to know about the Pixel 3a in a full-length review. And then I'll delve into whether this phone is worth it or not and all that kind of jazz. So let's roll that intro. Hey, it's AKAJK, welcome back to another episode of the AKAJK Show here on the channel. And today we got a banger for you. I'm going to be covering everything you need to know about the Pixel 3a. By the way, just to let you know, this episode is brought to you by patreon.com/AKAJK. Now before we jump in, make sure you follow me on all social media, AKAJKYT, and now let's delve into everything you need to know about the Pixel 3a. So we all know how great the Pixel line has been. It's been really popular. The cameras on this phone have always been amazing and have topped each other and every other phone on the market every single year. All the phones they've released have been on the high end in terms of the price point and the actual phone themselves, like in terms of the quality and everything. Except for this one. Now we all know that many people can't afford to pay $1,000 for a phone, which is why companies like Apple released the iPhone SE and Samsung has about 50 other phones which are quite a lot cheaper. Now this is essentially the iPhone SE of the Google lineup, but in my opinion it's better. So let's start out with what all the ads have been sort of emphasizing, and that's the price point. A starting price of $399 for a phone from a high-end company is pretty great. The Pixel 3 actually starts $400 higher at $799, which is pretty much double the cost of this phone. So this price seems too good to be true. Maybe you're thinking it's got like a very cheap sort of design.
No wonder this circuit failed. It says made in Japan.
What do you mean, Doc? All the best stuff is made in Japan.
It's been cheaply made, it doesn't have a lot of features, bad camera, things like that, bad display, all that kind of jazz. Let me tell you, for the most part, you're actually wrong.
I'm right, you're wrong.
Now what's special about the Google Pixel lineup pretty much every year is always the camera. It's something that we're always waiting for. Has the camera improved? How much better is it? Is it still beating the other phones? And the answer is, even with the Pixel 3a, an astounding yes. The 3a actually has the same exact camera as the Pixel 3. Literally no changes to the camera whatsoever. f1.8, 12.2 megapixels. It is still the best camera on any smartphone that you can find, period. It's got optical and electronic image stabilization, so your footage will be really stable, non-shaky, and you can get some pretty crispy videos on it. Now the phone has a pretty small 5.6-inch display, but if you pay, I believe, an extra $80, you can get the XL version, which actually has a 6-inch display. Now the colors on this phone are pretty weird. Not the actual colors themselves, but what they've named them. We've got just black, purplish, and clear white. Now personally, I'm not really a fan of the purplish, but the black and the white look pretty dope, and if I was to pick one, I'm not really sure on the spot, maybe the white version, but anyways. I do usually prefer the phone to be a brighter color. This phone has dropped in several kind of areas. Obviously the material used to manufacture it is not as high quality, so it won't really be as durable or look as great in terms of having cool shiny finishes and all that kind of jazz. The batteries on this are smaller. It's much less powerful. Still pretty great, but it's obviously the power has decreased drastically. Screen resolution is less. Battery power, all that kind of jazz obviously has to go down. But at $400, if I had to conclude and just kind of what I think of this phone, it is amazing. $400, you're getting quite a good punch. This brings in quite a lot. And it even compares with a lot of those mid-tier smartphones, even like the OnePlus series and things like that. By the way, OnePlus 6 and OnePlus 6 XL or OnePlus 6 Plus, that video is going to be coming out pretty soon. Anyways, this phone is a great competitor to many of those on the market. It's a great device, definitely great for those on a budget. And if any of your friends or family are on the fence about buying this phone or just they want a good budget phone, make sure to share this video with them. And just some final words, I would recommend picking up the XL option. The extra $80 is not that much, and you're actually getting a decent size phone. The 5.6-inch display is quite small. 6 inches is pretty great, so...
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
So make sure to go check out the XL version, unless you're on a really tight budget. Aside from that, make sure you smash the like button on this video because I would greatly appreciate it, and yeah, you know, it would just make my day. It's great for other people who are on the fence about this because it kind of pushes this video up. So if you found this useful, hitting that like button would be helpful to me and people who you think would find this episode useful. Aside from that, make sure to subscribe to this channel, turn on post notifications so you can get notified every time I post another video. Aside from that, hopefully I'll catch you on another episode of the channel, because here at AKAJK, the grind is daily.